Personally, I didn't know right away, you're right. Although you did mention your passion for data analysis during the first date. What would you put?
I got this feeling I can't describe. There's magic in the air, the world has come alive. And when I see you, you make my pulse rise. I never knew that I could be so hypnotized. There's something in your touch, baby, the way your body's moving me. And I don't know where this soul will go. Oh, nobody knows. Oh, out of nowhere into my life, you walked in and you opened my eyes. Can't believe this could happen to me. Yeah. You came crashing in out of nowhere. Oh, this love is straight out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
But you know, I think the first date was like, it wasn't super romantic or anything. It was a nice place at Sofa. Get some drinks, because drinks are nice because you can finish them in 15 minutes if it's a bad date and just leave.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. So what was it, like 2 hours maybe?
Yeah.
About 9 to 11?
My first impression about you in the first date is that you didn't order beer or alcohol or wine. Because, you know, that is the like perception that I have for foreigners.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna have some glasses of wine. Oh, yeah. Because they didn't have
Oh
fashion.
yeah, they had 𝐏𝐿𝐴ng, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what you got. And I mean, that show, you know, like the different kind of foreigner you are.
Yeah.
Sorry, you are in that food.
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
But, you know, and then the fact that you are explaining really well everything that you want to mention, that show me, you know, okay, you are somewhat different. And I agree with you. It's not something like super romantic.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is the first date and it's amazing. We're not holding
Yeah.
hand. We're not having any like
It was just like,
body-
okay, bye.
yeah, close contact or anything. But it's good. Even the fact that you left me there, you know,
Yeah.
booking my Grabs alone, and you just left at 11 p.m.
Yep. What a gentleman.
I was just thinking, you know, well, I mean, he has some big duty to do the next day because you need to do blood donating, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to, but then they rejected me, yeah.
So I was like, okay, he has thing to do, he has the reason, and also I'm not. Actually, I really don't like guys who know how to talk to girl or being like romantic,
Like too
that.
charming, yeah.
So I mean, I think that's great. That's fine for me.
Yeah.
Or maybe my standards is too low. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, I mean, I don't think you found out till the next date that I was actually just not a gentleman at all. When I did it again, even
Yeah.
after the first kiss on the second date, I still didn't stay with you to help you book a Grab because I didn't know that that was right outside your house at the time. I don't think I knew that.
You know, with people, like with the person who's very willing to listen, like you, I think it's really helped. It's never hurt our relationship at all.
No, I think we both do a really good job listening to each other as much as possible and, you know, just trying to, I think when we're thinking something, we do not wait. We just say it right away
True.
in a respectful way and usually with humor, like even if it's a little bit.
What Danielle said, I think that is one of the nicest speech that
was really nice, yeah.
that I had today, like I heard today. And it's true, you know, the opening the business show a lot of trust that we have on each other, and I know that how careful you are. And at the same time, you know, I went through, you know, like bad experience with opening a business with friends. So definitely, I don't want, you know, that to be something in between us.
I know you were worried about that when we started it, that it would kind of tear us apart. But I would say, if anything, it's just it's had some having a business together. It showed a lot of trust in each other, especially given your past experiences. But it also ended up, I think, bringing me much closer to your family.
Yes.
Because it meant that I had to go home at least like once a week or so, and more when we first started and we didn't really have a team.
Yes.
So like I think that's been a really positive thing, because it's helped me get to know Mom and Dad and _ħNG much better, just because I'm like around the house more. It's not just once a month for Zoe, it's all the time.
I have to be real. Yes, it's extremely tough, you know, to be in a serious relationship with someone from a different culture. And I studied abroad before, and you know, actually, I have never dated any American in America, just because of that worry. You know, there's no language barrier, but there's a culture barrier for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know, like I just feel like I would never be able to fit in these cultures, or finding someone who can understand and appreciate my culture. So that's why, you know, getting to know you in my country, actually it helps a lot. You know, I cannot be an American and explain to you, oh, this is what we do for the grave, this is what we do for our family.
It wouldn't really be clear to me if I didn't experience it myself.
You were not able to accept it. And at the same time, you know, I just feel like it's also very difficult for me to like accept and understand someone, just like, for example, you know, like drinking all the time, going to the bar all the time.
Luckily, I'm really boring, so it's okay.
Yeah, but you are very rare. Like everyone said that you are grandpa, because clearly it's
How many?
very rare.
3 people today called me a grandpa in their speeches. 3 out of 6,
and
I think.
Because of become a grandma too.
That's fine. I'm down with that.
Yeah. So I mean, actually, when I'm with you, I think all of that style is like gone pretty fast, because you know, you're not a party guy, you're not fit in any of the understanding, or you know, like stereotyping you know, that I used to have for American. And you also like really willing to understand and accept my culture. So that's why I think I don't have any barrier at all. You know, like no cultural differences. If any, it's just a minor one that I just
it's like funny, basically.
I just want to explain to you.
Clear differences for sure. But I think, like you said, like the most important thing is that we got to live in each other's countries for an extended period of time. Like you were in America for 7 years. Like if you broke out a whole 𝐏𝐴𝐴 and made me eat it, like the first time I met you, and I'd be like, I'm good. But you know, because I think this learning the culture has been a very gradual thing for me. It's been kind of easy and fun, and sometimes it's a little weird. So yeah, I think it's actually been really, like, I've enjoyed that a lot. I think it's made my experience in Vietnam much more rich, and it's just made my whole life experience much more rich, really getting to be like more deeply rooted into another culture that's helped me reflect on my own as well.
And I'm very happy because, you know, you told me, like, you know, you never thought of the New Year's as a New Year for you, but you know, after knowing you, it's become your New Year. So
this year really hit. Lunar New Year was like, wait, this is the real New Year. And I was like, wow, I've become so Vietnamese this year. I love you so much. My feet could not be less cold, and I'm really, really excited to spend a boring, routine lifetime with you. I love you. You know, I'm someone who values my parents' opinions a lot, obviously. You know, I always, whenever there's big life stuff, I always try to get their input on it. So, you know, once they got to spend a couple days with you and my mom comes over to, what did she say to you when she whispered something in your ear? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was on the rooftop latte.
At latte, yeah.
And she said, I really think that you and Ethan are a great match.
Yeah, so there you go.
Across our relationship, she repeated it a couple times, you know.
And in the video today,
Yeah, and I really, really appreciate that because, you know, it's always like what the girls like nervous the most about is whether or not she can get along with, you know, like mother-in-law.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was a big moment for me. I would say before you met my parents, I was pretty sure, you know. But once that happened, basically a done deal at that point. Because like, okay, I'm into it. My parents are into it. You just have to be into it, basically.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, you were. So.
And extremely my parents, you know, because my dad especially, he's really, really picky.
Yeah.
He doesn't like anything. Doesn't like anything. And he kind of okay with you, you know?
Yeah, they've been accepting of me from the beginning, basically.
Yeah. Because like what I see the change in him is like now he's really cares about you. Like he's like, ask Ethan to eat that thing. I said, no, Ethan cannot eat. But you need to ask first.
Talking about how you thought everything went today?
I think everything went really well. And, you know, I put down the timeline with the exact time. I didn't expect that it's going to go by, like, you know, perfect. So I would
pretty much crushed it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, you know, even like the Vietnamese ceremony when it started, you know, like, and actually I'm surprised because Vietnamese people are really famous for being late, but today they all came very early.
Yeah, way too early, actually. Yeah, the Western ceremony went perfect. I thought Kevin did an awesome job.
Yeah.
𝐿𝐴NG and Mai Hoa nailed it on getting all the music for both ceremonies. They got it perfect.
Agree.
They did an amazing job with organizing.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to get to include some of my own students. Yeah, I thought it was really, and it was very tasteful. Very not packed with flowers. Everything we like in a
There's no
design.
flower actually.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The only flowers you see in the room is actually that comes free from the Sheraton package.
That's right. Yeah, no, I thought the green theme, and a lot of people actually showed up in the green theme. That was really nice. And yeah, I'm just very happy with it. I think the speeches went really well too. You got 𝐿𝐴NG crying during your speech a little bit. I think she cried because you cried a little bit, but
yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't love you. That's why I don't cry in the vow.
Yeah, I know,
but I try to control myself a lot.
And ours was very upbeat and fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. Like, don't cry. You know, you don't want to make a scene here. That's how I.
Right. Like I think Chloe and some other people told me like, hey, this was actually really fun. Like I enjoyed being at that wedding.
Yeah.
Like listening to the speeches, they were all funny and drinking wine, hanging out. So I'm really glad that even though we did what was almost kind of in some ways a very traditional ceremony.
Yeah.
And that it had traditional processional vows, speeches. It was still kind of like relaxed and fun for people. So I'm really happy about that because I don't want people to come and like be like, oh, I can't believe I had to go to that wedding.
I'm very proud of our vow.
Yeah.
But one thing I have to be honest to you because I don't want to carry on the day without telling you this.
Okay.
Your vow, I didn't get all of it. Actually, I want to say it's just, swiping right to you is the rightest move that I ever make.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
it's not that good.
It's swiping right. It's the rightest.
I think it works with like emphasis. Like swiping right was the rightest. Yeah, it works like that. Yeah.
Okay, sure. My English is not that great.
No, just like
I want to tell you after
that it was the rightest move.
Sorry for building up the hype.
3 months I've been waiting for this rightest joke. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. You were right.
I'm glad that I didn't put it in there.
Yeah, I think you made a great choice. Were you okay with my ending about a boring routine life together?
Yeah, I really like that part.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Because that's something people tell me all the time is they're like, oh, you don't understand. It's going to get boring and routine later. They all, like so many people, I think it's kind of weird that people say that, but they always say that to me whenever I say, you know what, we're really, really happy. They're like, it's going to get boring later. And I'm like, it is already boring and it's still great. Maybe this will fade, but I think we have this normal boring life together, and we love it. We both really genuinely enjoy it.
And I mean, like during the vow things, I did go back on like our old messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like how we treat each other really changed. You know,
Yeah.
the way that we talk, even the way that
Yeah,
we
it's not
love
like, oh,
and
my sweet
express our
baby.
love.
Yeah,
No, we never say that.
but it's not like that sweet anymore necessarily.
But it's great. You know, it's a different way, and I would say like the love mature.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what we have now is pretty sustainable. Like it's not built purely on this like passion, and it's very practical
But,
love.
so no
you know?
more passion.
Not no more passion. Just it's not the base of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Alright,
Yeah, you know
sure.
what I know. You know what I mean? Like
Part in my vow, is that like surprise you or anything?
I'd have to go back and read it again. I don't think there was anything that was shocking to me. Kind of like Kevin said, I think the vows to some extent say things that we've either explicitly or at least implicitly said to each other. Even if we didn't say the words,
Yeah.
we kind of know it about each other and the way we think. So I mean, was there anything I said that surprised you? I'm guessing not.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think anything you said was like shocking to me. But that's because we always communicate. There's no reason.
Days somehow turn to weeks. Never want this love to leave. So let's just let it be. And home is where we are together. Any storm we'll weather, as long as we believe. Hello, love. It's so nice to meet you. I've been lost without you. Where do we begin? It feels like waking up from a lonely night of shadows. The morning light I follow. So where do we begin? I will never let you go. While my heart's beating, I just want to let you know. Hello, love. It's so nice to meet you. Well, I've been lost without you. Where do we begin? It feels like waking up from a lonely night of shadows. The morning light I follow. Where do we begin?
I just want to say thanks for, it's been a really difficult couple months dealing with work, our business, and preparing for this wedding. Honestly, I'm super happy it's over.
Yes.
But I really, really appreciate all the amazing work that you did. Because, as we've said before, there's a limit to how much I can help with this because I simply don't have the skills to communicate with a lot of the vendors and stuff like that. Which is on me for not being a better Vietnamese learner. But, you've definitely carried the way with this, and it's really, really impressive to see how gracefully you kind of handle all that. You've still been able to come home, chill, play a little Scrabble, and we've still had some
We have
fun
to be
during this
honest,
time.
In the last few weeks, I couldn't do
Yeah.
that. It's pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
But it's like we said to mom, we have fun during this process, and
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, we're not gonna learn this to do it for the second time.
Yes, we are done.
Yeah.
Can you see why I said I don't want to do any more weddings in America? After all this, do you want to really do this all again?
Well, but if it makes other people happy, we can consider,
Yeah, like a
but in
pizza
different
place.
skill,
Yeah, like a pizza
in
place or
different
something,
skill.
yeah.
And not in the stress, because I'm very hungry, but I cannot eat anymore
Oh,
because
'cause
this
of
is
the thing.
exceed the limits of what I can hold in here.
Yeah.
So thank you, babe. And I'm not gonna be surprised if we're gonna have more things coming up because that's what we are.
Yeah, we always
But-
take on new projects. Yeah, that's
but
what we do.
I mean, if we can carry this mentality and the way that we do things,
Mm-hmm.
I think we can get over all of that.
Totally. Not once has any of this stuff ever brought us into negativity.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yes, and one more thing is, I really appreciate all of the effort that your parents putting into this, even they are so far away. I really sad because they are not here, and I know how it feels when you are the only child in the family, and how important you are to them, and how close you guys are all together.
I know. I'm really sad that they couldn't be here, but we both know that we almost postponed it because of that. But they're ultimately the ones who said, "Do it."
Yeah.
And I know that's because they appreciate us and love us and just want us to be happy together. They're not so worried about themselves. So I appreciate that a lot from them. They were really helpful through the whole thing.
We love you, parents.
Yep. Okay. All good?
All right.
All right.
I love you. Not yet. I look at me.
Oh.
Oh my god. Shut up.